family. How is everybody tonight? I'm so excited. We are back for our final Spill and Heal Women's History Month, Resilient and Radiant Women of Strength. You guys have been amazing, logging in, participating, and it's just a conversation. God placed it on my heart to just acknowledge and give some amazing women in my life their flowers while they can smell them. And so, yeah, that's what the show is about. It's just about us celebrating one another in a community that is a safe space. And so, before we get started, I just wanted to read a little something about Women's History Month and where it originated. And Women's History Month began as a single week of recognition in 1980 when President Jimmy Carter proclaimed that women's contributions to this nation deserve national honor. What started as a local celebration in California grew into a movement. And in 1987, March became officially recognized as Women's History Month across the United States. But this month is more than dates and proclamations. It is about mothers who survived, the daughters who broke cycles, the sisters who stood tall in rooms they were never invited into, the women who carried pain and still carried purpose. So, this month has been about celebrating amazing women. And I was very intentional about prayer. When I decided who I was going to ask, I wasn't sure. It was something God just placed on my heart at the last minute. And I was like, okay, God, then you need to help me see who's going to do this and who I can honor and who's just doing amazing things and just needs to be highlighted. And so, week one, we started with my daughter, Amber Randolph. And then week two, I did a close family friend, Jamila London. And then last week, an amazing, amazing sister, friend, God's just in my life, and Ebony Hall. And then last but not least is my cousin. And I'm going to introduce her in a minute. But I come from a really big family, and we kind of grew up like first cousins, although we're second cousins. And so it's just an honor for me to have her here today. And I just want to share a little bit about her with you, but then she's going to just let us know all the amazing things that she's doing. And so Lori Myers, she is the owner of Cafe 301, a food truck and catering business known for her signature rolls and unique brunch style experiences. She's passionate about creating not just great food, but meaningful connections through community and culture. Her journey as an entrepreneur has been rooted in faith, resilience, and self growth. She's built her business from the ground up while learning the importance of self love, balance, and trusting the process. Everything she does reflects her belief that when you pour into yourself, everything else will align in its right time. Outside of business, she's a proud mom to her adult son and loving Mimi to her 7-year-old grandson, who both inspire her to keep growing and building a legacy. So, without any further ado, I am going to bring in our special guest of honor this evening, Miss Lori Myers. Miss Lori, how are you this
Hello,
evening?
I am great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. I just wanted to say too and tell everybody, both of our grandsons are named DJ.
Yes. We have, I
So
think, three
she
DJs in our family.
is it three or I wanted to say it was a fourth one. I know it's three. I know Donald and then yours and mine, but I don't know. But yeah, I have little DJ. I guess
Yes.
yours is
He's
in
the
the middle. Then they have big DJ cousin. And so,
That's right.
yes, yeah, I'm so glad to have you this evening. Share some more with us about your business, the 301 Cafe.
Yeah, so a little bit about my business and a little bit of how I started. I'm going to go way back until 2016. I took a leap of faith. I was at a women's conference, and the conference was in speaking on purpose. And at that time, I always wanted to start a business. I left out of there encouraged and ready to start. That week, I sat in my car on a lunch break in 2016. It was in the summer. I sat in my car and I got my LLC and my EIN. I told the lady, please do not get off the phone. God is starting something here. So, 2016, stopped working my full time job. And they were like, no, I want you to be PRN. And I said, well, we'll try it, we'll see. Um, and I have not looked back. I started with Lori 717 Catering, 2016 to 2017. From there, I had a brick and mortar in 2018 until 2022. And then things went to a different direction due to COVID. So 2018, I started Cafe 301 and still withholding my catering business and currently a food truck. So that's where we're at right now.
That's amazing. When did you
Thank
first
you.
get into cooking?
Oh my goodness. I was cooking. I was always in the kitchen. So I would
When did
say
you first get into cooking?
I was I was young. I was cooking at a very young age. Whenever I could, I was in the kitchen with my aunt. She was cooking Sunday meals, and I was right alongside her, learning and growing with her. So it was something that was always within me. I've always, raising a single child, I was always in someone else's kitchen, always cooking. So it's always been near and dear to my heart.
Okay, okay. Did you start? Well, you're young, way younger than me. I was going to say, did you start with an easy bake oven?
I started, yes.
That's what I
I
started with the
started,
easy bake oven, making everybody cakes and pies.
yes, yes. Whenever I could, I was in someone's kitchen. I don't care if it was work, church, friend's house. I was cooking. Everyone, I was making sure whatever job I was at, I made sure that I was always presenting food to individuals. That's for sure.
Okay, and so do you do events or your food truck? Do you have it in a stationary place where you go, or do you travel with it?
So currently and I didn't mention this, but currently I just moved to a different state. I'm currently in North Carolina as of January of this year. So right now I'm kind of finding my grounds on where stationary works for Cafe 301. So right now we do anywhere from breweries to big, large events to, corporate events, hospitals, things like that, neighborhoods. Um, yeah, so usually the food truck is out like 3 to 4 times a week. And then, I'll do catering as needed, and then all the behind the scenes as well that comes with the food truck.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That sounds amazing. And so let me ask you a question. How do
Yeah.
you practice self-love or self-care?
So that's a good question. For me, especially now in this season, I've really been intentional on spending on a one-on-one time, just me and God. Um, I would say within the last 1 to 2 years, I've been really trying to fill my cup up. Just being really intentional on that. Um, some other things, of course, like pampering myself and, nails, pedicures, all those good things. But to be honest, for me though, I really, really do try to be intentional with, for self care for me, is reflecting on the moment of how I'm feeling. Um, because those temporary self care things for me,
Mhm.
they only last for a little bit of time. So, you go get your nails done. For me, I'm a foodie. So I love to go out to eat a lot. And I've been learning how to do that on my own, like really sitting alone with myself. But again, those things last for like just that moment. So for me, my really, really best time is the self care that I reflect on. Just my intentional time with God, just what God says about me. Yes.
I like that. That's the I like that. That's the best time, that reflection time. And
Hmm.
a lot of times we think prayer is talking, 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 but some of the breath prayer time is when we're quiet and just sitting in that quiet place where we can
Yes.
hear, because sometimes we don't be quiet enough to hear from him. And
Right,
so that's
right.
good. That's very important.
Yes. And then,
I know you
being an
said when you were
entrepreneur,
younger.
I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
I said, definitely, being an entrepreneur, you have so many different hats, and you're overseeing, you're amongst a lot of people within your daily walk. So for me, it's really, really intentional to really cloud out the noise and really focus and be in tune to that quiet moment.
Yes, I agree with that. And so I know you said you started cooking at a young age and being in the kitchen with your aunt and just always loving to be around the food and cooking. Who are some people that inspired you along with your aunt along the way?
Definitely my family, my mother. She's always been an inspiration. A quiet scene. It's funny because she's a tough love in a good way. But just recently, she had come with me and helped me move down here. So I was intentional on letting her know how much um, inspired I was by her way of bringing us up, like in that tough love, because it reflects on who I am now as a woman and how I run my business. Anyone that knows my mom knows that she will do anything for you. She's all hands and feet and all in. And yeah, she really inspires me. Like that just, and I'm glad I was able to tell her that because a lot of people see their, loved ones. It gets me emotional a little bit. But they see their loved ones go and they're not able to, give them those words of um, reassurance of how much they meant. Definitely my son. I have times where, you want to throw in the towel. Life gets hard. But, my son always sends me a word of encouragement, a podcast of some sort to keep me, on my toes and keep going. So definitely, yes, they inspire me. I would say my clients, um, that I don't say customers, I call them my clients, I call them my
Mm,
friends
that's
because they have inspired me
your
as
family.
well. Yes. My extended family, they have truly been phenomenal. They still, until this day, call and check up on me, things like that. I have co-workers that I work with. They inspire me because, I took this leap of faith. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but he did. And one of my co-workers, she is planning on opening up
Uh-uh.
possibly a cafe. So it's just really, really inspiring to be in this position.
I know you probably have a lot of regular clients, customers. How did you break it to them that you were going to be relocating to North Carolina?
So, whew, that was a hard one.
I
Yeah,
bet.
there was a few that I was very, very close to that we personally had a one-on-one conversation at the food truck. Like they were talking about the next season, and I was just smiling and, knowing in my heart that what was
Mhm.
ahead, but wasn't ready to share it. For one, because my family needed to know first. But when I did release it to them, they were so
Right.
supportive. Um, yes, very supportive. Like the love, and still until this day, I have a great following. I have another home, if things don't go okay, which they will, but they're like, you are welcome back home anytime. So, yeah,
Anytime.
anytime.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. And so, do you have any clients that been with you from the very beginning?
I do. Business has pivoted from, like I said, a catering business to the brick and mortar, but we definitely have some individuals that has been with me from day one. And they might not be always able to buy food for say or come and visit me in that aspect, but they're still sharing, they're liking, they're still coming and checking in on me. So that means a lot. I mean, it's been, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this summer will be 10 years that I've been in business.
Time goes fast.
It sure does.
Auntie, your mama, you call her mama. Y'all not from down south. Mama said, "Hey."
Love you.
That sounds like ever says my mama.
My mama.
She been in the South since she moved. I moved to Atlanta when Amber was 8, and so she's definitely a Georgia peach. And
That's
DJ, his accent is so crazy. I don't know what DJ is because his accent. He was born in Virginia, then he was in Kansas, then
oh
he was in
wow.
Georgia, and now he's in Texas.
Oh
And
wow.
so he's definitely a little military brat, but his accent is so adorable.
Oh yes, yes.
So let me ask you, what is we have some people chimed in. So what is something that you would say, some advice or wisdom, encouragement that you would give to somebody listening, man or female, that may be interested in starting their own business? We keep that
Mm-hmm.
plan up here forever. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes fear might creep in, doubt might creep in. What would you tell someone that may be thinking, that had this dream forever, how to get started?
First and foremost, if it's on your mind, if it's on your heart, and it's something that you want to do, I would definitely say do it. Do it afraid. Do it afraid because that that thing that is scaring you is just proving that there's a bigger calling for your life. First and foremost, um, be consistent. Be consistent in all that you do. One of the things that I'm very consistent about, and I think that it helps me grow as a person and my business, is I do not step out of bed without praising him. Now, this wasn't always, but I've seen a shift happen in my business and in my own personal life. So I'm very consistent on that. Um, don't rush your journey. Um, I've been in this, like I said, 10 years, and just about 10 years. I sat and bawled and cried and looked at the walls and all the good stuff. So, wondering if it was meant to be from the very early on years. But be consistent, trust in the journey that is on your heart. Surround yourself around
Mhm.
like-minded people is important. You want those people that are cheering you on. And you'll be able to definitely recognize those that
Uh-oh.
are,
Think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
oh no. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I think.
I can hear you now. Hello.
Can you hear me, Lori?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can now.
You can hear me? Okay, so what was the last that we heard?
Yes,
Hello?
this is this is too good. You know that sometimes it's like it's freezing up a little bit.
Yes.
Can you
I can hear you.
you
It's
want
just
to
a
you want to try to go out and come back in? Can you hear
yes, I
me?
can do that. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, are we good?
What were you saying?
Can you hear me okay now?
Uh, you hear me?
There we go. I hear you just
Well,
fine.
man, I'll tell you, the enemy is just trying to steal our show. But if you're not on any time constraint, I'm not on any time constraint. And we
That's
gonna
right. We're
finish
going to
this
finish.
show.
Yes, we are. Yes,
It's
we are.
somebody that needs to be blessed. And so we gonna keep pushing through. We are
Yes,
gonna keep
yes.
pushing through because if you don't got no time, I ain't got no time. And we gonna finish this show no matter
That's
what,
right.
you
That's
know,
right.
because somebody's supposed to be blessed from this show. This is my fourth week. And so, yeah, this is the cherry on top, and not taking anything from any of the other women that were on here. Not at all, because all four of you are amazing. But the enemy, he's definitely trying to do something. But we were talking about, you were giving advice, and you were just saying to just do it. Um,
Hmm.
and so, yeah, I think that's good advice. And, because until we really get in line with our purpose, there may be things that we love to do, but it may not necessarily be our purpose. It could just be a hobby, something that we like to do, And when people always ask me the question, well, how do you know it's your purpose? Or I'm like, anything that you would do for free. That's how you know it's your purpose, because it's something that you have passion about. And people always say to me, if I'm talking about my babies or I'm talking about outreach and helping people and coaching, it's like, dang, your eyes is lighting up. And I'm like,
Hmm.
sometimes I see it, but sometimes I don't. And it's just
Yes.
something that's near and dear to my heart. But I know I always had that entrepreneurial spirit in me. I always wanted to do something. And so I would say, to piggyback off of what you said, if there's something that you think you want to do, just try it. Because my thing always, even since I've been younger, has always been two things: nothing beats a failure but a try. And the other thing I always used to say, even as a young child, I do not want to do woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Amen.
Because I hate knowing the fact of, okay, but what if I would have tried it? You never
Mhm.
know. I think sometimes we get discouraged too because people looking from the outside, oh, she's doing this or oh, she's doing that. And, you don't know if you don't try. And so I say, whatever that thing is that's been burning inside of you, that thing that you could do for free, um, that thing that just brings joy, you know, try it. You never know.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, that's definitely
And
what I
that's
would say. There was something else that you said too that was good. When I asked you about the advice and the wisdom, and you were saying being connected in a community with like-minded people.
mhm.
And that's very true. That's very good. Thank you for that advice because for me too, that helped once I really started um, getting out of my introvert phase and finding community, and you find that right community, there's nowhere for you to go but up.
Yes.
I always say the new cliche that everyone says, there's no I in team. And
Mhm.
so we definitely need that community. We definitely need that team. But yeah, thank you for that. So let me ask you another question. So all that you've been through and all the amazing things that you've done, what is something looking back that you would say to the younger Lori?
Again, do it afraid. I would definitely chase after, like what I would do now compared to, the younger version of me. What I would tell my younger self is take the chance, um, trust the process, move, all the things that, are burning inside of you. I think you kind of like hit on that. Like there's a purpose, there's something that's like really burning inside of you. When you feel that nudge, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Do it afraid, do it unknown. Um, don't doubt your worth. Um, know that, God's always walking with you. There's always a purpose on the other side. Um, yeah, the doors are going to open that are supposed to open, and you never know who you're blessing throughout that process. So, and most importantly, love yourself
Yes,
throughout it all.
that's good.
Yes.
So let me ask you I got questions because I'm a foodie. And so do you so outside of the food truck, I know you have your catering business too. Do you travel doing your catering business or do you just do everything within the um food truck?
No, I cater to different events. So I will be actually traveling back to Pennsylvania with the food truck this September for a wedding. Um, so I know you had talked about some seminars and things that you're going to be doing in the future, and I'm your caterer. We can definitely, talk
Yes.
about that
When
behind the scenes.
Yes, definitely, because I'm looking to do, and I haven't announced it yet, but this is always my safe space. So my Spill and Hill community
Hmm.
always gets the first. But I'm planning an event in June and in Pennsylvania, and then also I will be traveling home a lot to Atlanta because of course my
Okay.
hubby's still there. So I plan on doing events when I'm home too. So kind of make it business slash hubby time.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely we can collaborate. When is the wedding in September?
September 26th. They actually came, they were newbies. They were looking for a Southern cooker, chef, and they have found me on the internet and they came to my food truck in the summertime, tried our food, booked us within that next week. And I had mentioned that I was moving. to North Carolina, and they're like, "Well, we'll pay you a traveling fee, and all the good stuff." So, the connection was good as far as um, making it make sense. I think it's a 6-hour drive. So yeah, we'll be doing that in September 26th. I'll go back home. Mom's online, so mom,
Okay,
I'll be
nice,
staying with you
nice.
for a week.
I do. Yeah. So we'll talk offline because someone did want me to ask you about your catering, and if you travel. So we'll talk about it offline.
Okay, yeah,
But yeah,
sounds
I
good.
definitely would be interested when I do events on that side to connect with you. Is there anything else you want to share with the people, or does anyone have any questions? And I
Mm,
also let you give your contact information and your social media platforms
yes. Again, thank you,
before we
Auntie.
close.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for honoring us, myself, and the other ladies this month. But yeah, I hope that this blessed and encouraged someone. And you can actually find my information at www.cafe301.net, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm at Cafe 301 LLC.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Yes. And just thank you again. This month has been amazing. And I just want to thank all you ladies and keep doing what you're doing. Lori, keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring people. And I know a lot of times people don't take a pause to let us know. But if we feel like we're not being recognized, just recognize yourself first,
Hmm.
because you're doing an amazing job. And I'm sure you're inspiring people, even if you don't hear it all the time. And then, like I said, I'm going to be having some other events coming up. Next this April, I have something amazing coming up. I have a book signing in May. And so, yeah, I just want to thank everybody. And my platform is at I am Auntie Ree on all platforms. And I just wanted to, since we're closing out on Women's History Month, I too myself have been loving on myself. And the one question that I asked you and asked the other ladies is, what would you tell the younger version of yourself? And so, as we get ready to close this month with the Women of Strength, I wrote a love letter to myself and I wanted to share it with my community. And so, I titled it A Love Letter to My Younger Self. And you were never not enough, just in rooms that were too small for your light. Your presence is not a burden, it's a gift the world needed to meet. Your tears were not weakness, they were God cleansing your heart. You are
Mm,
not broken, you are becoming. The pain that made you feel unworthy, it's the reason you now give hope to others. You are seen, you are worthy, you are powerful, baby girl, you always were. And
amen.
so
I love that.
I wrote that to myself, but I write that to you ladies. I write that to everybody that's on, that's been listening. I know we're in dark times right now, and family, community is so important. We may not always agree with one another, but I always say we have to learn how to agree to disagree,
Hmm.
because we're all unique. We all have, our own opinions. Um, but with the times that we're in right now, my heart's desire is just to see more community, to see more love, to see more light, because nothing can get rid of the darkness but light. And
Yes.
so the more we build communities, the more we have safe spaces, the more we I think the main issue that we have a lot of times is that we have things within ourselves and we don't trust ourselves. But I
Mm,
think if we continue to work more on self-love, like you were saying, and that reflection, and just knowing we are not perfect. We fall, we get back up, we hit
That's
the
right.
reset button. Sometimes I might start over 5, 6, 10 times a day. I'll
Come
just be
on.
talking to the Lord. I'll be like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna start this day
Let's
all
start
over
again
again.
tomorrow.
Right, right. Start right then. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you again for coming on. I do have a certificate. I'm going to email to you. And I just wanted to read that. It says, honoring a woman of strength, resilience, and radiance, presented to Lori Myers with appreciation and gratitude for your strength, resilience, and radiant spirit. Auntie Ree, Spill and Hill, Resilient and Radiant Women's History Month celebration. And so,
Thank
yeah, keep being
you.
great.
Yes. Thank
It gets
you.
tough
You
at
too.
times, you know. Thank you. The enemy tried to steal our show,
You sure
but
did,
you know
but
what?
we got it in. We got it in. The
It's
technical
okay.
difficulty.
Right. And I was saying that before we started the show. We go and we have technical difficulties. It's okay. Life is not perfect, and we going to just keep on. And we did it. We made it to the end.
Yes, we
And
did.
so, yeah, if you don't have anything else, we'll chat offline because, like I said, I had a referral for you. And then as far as my stuff too.
All right.
But yeah, if you don't have anything else, have a blessed night.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Love y'all. Mwah.